So let's start with Promising Young Woman that we just showed a clip from. What did you like so much about this film?
So much. I mean, from everything in this movie, from the imagery to the poppy sounds, there's a lot of Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, etc. going on in this movie, to also just the casting in general. Carey Mulligan is a force in this, but also the guys that were cast. We're talking heavy subject matter, and Emerald Fennell cast the most likable guys in Hollywood to drive home the point that it's always the guys you don't expect. You know what I mean? And this movie has been very divisive. It's created a lot of conversation, but I think one of those conversations is, does a movie that does this much deserve an Oscar? And I think, I think for this one, it is one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it's one of the best screenplays of the year. I think we could be looking at original screenplay here, but I think we could be looking at Carey Mulligan taking home Best Actress here.
Okay, so not Best Picture, but perhaps Best Actress.
I don't think so. I have my bets on a different movie.
Okay, ooh.
Yeah.
Which one?
Minari.
Okay,
I'm thinking Minari.
So Promising Young Woman is available. You can rent it or buy it on Amazon Prime. Another option on Amazon Prime as well is One Night in Miami. Now, this movie got 2 nominations. Let's listen to a quick clip from the film before we break it down.
This movement that we are in is called a struggle because we are fighting for our lives.
This ain't about civil rights. They ain't giving black people what they really want.
What's that?
Hey, I was made in America. That's why I'm out here saving America.
Power.
Black power.
Okay, One Night in Miami. Ash, you think that this is definitely one to watch before Sunday. Why is that?
Yes, and I gotta say, it is kind of getting snubbed all over the awards board. I'm really surprised. This is a film that was adapted from the stage to the screen. You're looking at all of these players in this movie. Everyone's a force. No one is a supporting actor here. And what Regina King did with this movie, adapting it, giving everyone, she does so much with so many people on screen in one location almost entirely throughout the movie, and she didn't get a nom? That to me is absurd. So I'm basically just pushing for everyone to watch this movie and give it the love that it deserves, because obviously Oscars doesn't have an ensemble category. But it was snubbed kind of all over the map, all over award season. Kind of a bummer. So
especially in the year where representation is more important than ever.
For real,
Yeah.
for real. And there's a lot of movies that this year that are kind of historical ones that you'll watch and say, I'm gonna go Google fact versus fiction after that. This is one of those movies, and you'll be surprised how much fact is in this film.
Wow.
I loved it.
Okay, moving on to another film that you loved, Nomadland, which is now streaming on Hulu. Another Best Picture contender. Look at you, like losing your mind over here. Okay, what struck you about this movie? I want to mention it includes so many real people instead of actors. Is that something that struck you too?
Yes, that's the thing, is you watch this movie, you think everyone in it is an actor, right? You get to the credits, there are 2 actors in the movie, and the rest are real nomads that are playing fictionalized versions of themselves. And how Chloe Zhao got that out of them is so phenomenal. I think the best directing nom is hers to lose at this point. I cannot see anybody else getting that nomination. By the way, if you're the type of person that fantasizes about living in a van, this movie will only amplify that. So I'll see you later. I'm gonna go live in a van. I love this movie so much. And the movie itself, just beyond what she's been able to do with the cast, it is just such a captivating, beautiful movie.
Would you say a standout performance as well?
Yeah, Frances McDormand was amazing in it. She is incredible. I mean, she's like such a chameleon every time you see her.
Yeah. Speaking of standout performances, thoughts on Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah?
Oh my gosh. Judas and the Black Messiah is such a great true story that everybody needs to watch. But the interesting thing about the nominations here is we have Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya acting opposite each other and both getting supporting actor nominations. And I find that very weird, because I'm like, who is the main actor in this movie? They're both the main actors. And so it's a little, I want to say, disappointing that they're going up against each other. I worry that being in the same film, they're going to end up splitting the vote. However, we've heard a lot of talk about Daniel Kaluuya's performance throughout the season, and for good reason. It is immaculate. I got to say, Lakeith's is right up there with it, though. So I'm going to be, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm worried it's going to split.
Still 5 nominations for the film, though, which is truly incredible.
Yes, and one of the ones, like, I know I'm like, watch all of them, but this one specifically, if you watch one, I would say to watch this one.
Okay, last but not least, really quickly, Sound of Metal. It has 6 nominations, so obviously it's got to be really good. What would you like to see it win?
I hate to say this. I wish we were talking about this movie in any other year but this one. I don't think we're gonna see it win too much. It's just going up against so many powerhouse performances, and Riz Ahmed is nominated for Best Actor, and I think in any other year that he would win it, but he's going up against Chadwick Boseman's performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That is one of the most emotional, powerful performances I have ever seen in my life. The monologues that he goes through in this movie, it would be so surprising if Chadwick Boseman doesn't win it. However, I think that this movie's probably gonna win in the sound categories, by the way, but I think that this is definitely one to watch.
Well, Ash Crossan from ET Online, thanks so much for breaking down all of these nominees. You will be here on Oscar Sunday night and to recap the biggest and best winners, and we'll see if your predictions, how they pan out. So Ash, thank you so much.